So, if you continue to focus on the visible world and trying to change, fix, or improve things there, which is how we're taught to play the traditional business game, you're going to fail. You may still find that hard to believe, but if you haven't already experienced that, you will. That's the nature of the game, for reasons that I'm going to get into. However, if you shift your focus to the invisible world and you learn how to tap the sources of power in the invisible world that are the true source and cause of everything in the visible world, then you can start playing what I call the new business game with no limits, no restrictions of any kind, and have a completely different experience of playing the game of business and your personal life and the combination of the two. So let's begin a brief discussion of the invisible world. And to go into this arena, I have to go somewhere that you may instantly accept and resonate with and be excited about, depending on how your journey to this point has transpired. Or this may be an area where you begin to feel resistance coming up. You begin to think this is wild, this is out there, this is woo-woo, whatever, can't accept it. What does this have to do with business? This can't have anything to do with business. It is the visible world and cause and effect there and all this, whatever. There's the potential for resistance to come up here. But in order to teach you how to bust loose from the old business game and begin to play the new business game, we have to go here. And so I will invite you now to consider it with as much of an open mind as you're capable of now, in order to give you the opportunity to bust loose and begin to play in this radically different new way, the business game. So it begins with 3 questions. For as long as there have been humans, humans have struggled with 3 questions. And while it may not seem that this has anything to do with business or success in business, it really has everything to do with it, as you'll see. The 3 questions are, who am I? Why am I here? And what is my purpose? So let's begin a brief discussion of the first question, who am I? Now, in my model, who you really are is what I call an infinite being. Now, you may have heard somewhere along the line a statement similar to this. We are spiritual beings having a physical experience. We come from somewhere else, so to speak, but we came here to have a physical experience. And there are all kinds of different ways of explaining that concept. But I agree with that, and it's one of the things my grandfather shared with me. Who you really are has more power, more wisdom, more abundance, and an ability to experience abundance of everything, including money and success and stuff and everything that may be important to you that you consider to be success and abundance. And who you really are is in a constant state of joyfulness, happiness, peacefulness, serenity, whatever you want to define it as. That's your natural state. And you came here to have an experience that I call playing the human game. Now let's go into the second question. Why am I here? You came here within the model that I share in order to play a game. Now all of us have our normal day-to-day lives, and then from time to time we leap out of our lives, so to speak, to play games. Now I consider a game to be anything that you do for fun, for entertainment, for challenge. It could be watching or participating in sports. It could be playing chess. It could be watching movies. It could be playing a musical instrument. It could be dancing. It isn't just traditional games. My definition is a bit broader. But you came here to play a game. As an infinite being, you came into this experience to play a game that I call the human game. And that leads us into the third question, is what's my purpose? Your only purpose is to play the human game in the precise and unique ways that you chose to play it. Now, as part of this, I look at this whole planet and what we call the physical universe, including space and the oceans and everything that you see that appears to be part of our world. I look at all of that as a gigantic amusement park. So as an infinite being, you came here to this Earth amusement park, let's just call it that for a moment, in order to have tremendous opportunities to play, to explore, to express yourself creatively.